January 2014, here's my 2 cents review on The Nut Job. Why am I doing this review? Because it's an animation movie that kids should watch and parents should take their kids to, because it's not your typical animation movie. Of course, yes, there are talking cute animals in this film. Yes, the plot is the animals need to band together to accomplish something, to save something, because that's in every single kid's movie. The plot and the characters are exactly the same, but there's something different in this film. For one, you have a supporting character that we think is a good guy at the beginning, and then the more we look to him as a leader, the more we realize he's disappointing us and the other characters in the movie. Halfway through the movie, we realize that he is the bad guy of the movie. He's the antagonist of the movie. And never have I seen an animation film like this, because usually the lines are very clear. The good guy is the good guy, the bad guy is the bad guy, and then the good guy needs to beat the bad guy in order to save the day. The nut job, we are introduced to a self-serving squirrel who is the main character we know, but is not really a good guy, basically, because he doesn't care about others and the park around him. Usually a socialistic kind of mindset is the generalities of a main character in an animation film. He's a guy who's serving himself. And he doesn't like the leader, who the leader we think is serving the whole park, which all the animals are in. They need food to save the park. So the squirrel is basically being a self-serving guy. But 30 minutes into the film, we realize, wait a minute, maybe there's beef that he has with the leader that is valid. Maybe there's a reason why he doesn't like the beef. So there is these parallels where we have a guy that we think is good, turns out to be bad. We have a guy that we think is not so good, turns out to be the hero of the film. And this is the theme of this film is very political, meaning that they're made basically the leaders that we think that are the ones that we're supposed to look up to are probably not as the people that we should be looking up to, because they're a little bit self-serving and a little bit power hungry, just like the leader of the park in The Nut Job. So in the end, the main character, who we think is a bad guy, is actually the really good guy, is perhaps a little bit too wise for his own good. And there are certain parallels that we can say in certain countries, and even our own country, perhaps, who knows, that the people who are a little bit too wise end up being the loners of our society, because they can't serve to something that's they know is phony, and so they end up basically being self-serving and a little bit manipulative themselves, and on we go in society. So usually these people fail in our society because they need to band together. They refuse to band together to something that's not real. But of course, it's an animation film, so everything turns out hunky-dory in the end. So this is a much more deeper animation film than they usually make, and it has lots of potential to stand the test of time. But who knows what the studios are, because they threw this movie in January. I never seen an animation movie ever kind of marketed and thrown in January. I don't know what their intentions are. Hopefully we'll find another audience in when it comes out in DVD and Blu-ray. But this is a good animation film, and I can't see, perhaps there's going to be a few more in 2014, but it's right off to a good start for kids movies. That's my review.